inventory question is an interesting one because if I'm a homeowner and I am a homeowner and I'm sitting in a home where I've got a 3% mortgage, I'm not trading that in so easily, right? I'm like, this is the best deal going and I don't expect to see it again anytime soon. In order for house prices to come down, supply's got to go up if my economics 101 knowledge is correct, right? So what's going to make that move?
Well, it's going to happen, right? Because life, right? Things happen. People die, people get old, people get divorced, people lose their jobs. They want to be closer to the kids. Life. So you can hold on for a while and say, hey, I love that 3.5%. Or for you, obviously, Gene, you're a whiz. You got 3%. Good for you. 3% is probably the low point. Maybe you could have gotten 2.75, Gene. I don't know, but maybe
I did. Yeah. I didn't. So
okay.
Somebody out there did.
Somebody out there got 2.75. But life happens, and so at that point we'll start to see. And right now, there's a lot of pent up. Life happens. People aren't putting it on the market because they hope beyond hope mortgage rates will come down, things will stabilize. But at some point they're going to say, hey, I can't, I got to move. And so you may see a surge of, properties coming on the market at some point here. And, at that point we'll start to see, prices start to come in more. They've already coming in, right? I mean, nationwide prices are down 2-3% from the peak back in June. In places like California, like go to the Bay Area, that's kind of the poster child for the price declines. We're down almost 10% already, from the peak, which was back in June.
And will we see that across the board, you think, that 10% decline? And how long is it going to take? I'm looking at my kids out in California in the LA area, in their late 20s, soon to be 30. They would really like to buy a home at some point. Right now, it's not in the cards, but in the next couple of years, do you think it's a possibility?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to take time. As you pointed out, people are reluctant to sell and give up that 3% mortgage, and it's going to take some time. So I say 2-3 year kind of process here, and it's going to vary a lot by where you are in the country. I mean, if you were in the parts of the country where they got really juiced up, with all the remote workers coming in, like Boise is kind of the poster child, Idaho, you notice how I say Boise? It's not Boise. I learned from the mayor.
Yes, Boise. You got.
Yeah, she got quite annoyed until I started saying Boise. Denver, Phoenix, Atlanta, Tampa, Charlotte. These are areas that got really juiced. Those are the areas where affordability now is taking it on the chin, and that's where you're going to see more significant price declines. But again, put it into context. I mean, house prices rose 40% between when the pandemic hit in March of 2020 to the peak in June of 2022. 40% nationwide, and they come in say 10, you're still up 30. So some people are going to get the people who just bought in, most in the first half of 2022. They're not feeling so good, right? Because the price of them is now probably pretty close to the value of their mortgage. But that's a small group. The vast majority of people are saying, "Hey, I'm like you. You've been in that home for how long? You've enjoyed all these prices. Even in Philly, even I'm from Philly too. I've never seen anything like it. If you believe Zillow, my home is actually worth something."